above the law. From the executive down to the legislators, down to the judiciary, you often find corrupt practices, corrupt people. But let us go up there to the executive. We've seen over time that Buhari specifically, or are we going to say certain people that he said he trusts? Buhari said he wants to work with people who understand him, who understand his language, people that he trusts. So he decided to put people from his own part into government to be around him. He will flaunt court ruling. He will disobey court ruling. But this is what a lot of people have started looking into once again. How come it is easy for Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, and any other people who are not up there in their criminal empire, who is not working hand in hand with them to pull Nigeria down while they are making sure that they line up their own pockets and that of their children and concubines? How come it is so easy to put them in prison? How come it is so easy for them to quickly pass judgment? But when judgment comes like pay Nnamdi Kanu this amount of money, release Nnamdi Kanu, pay Sunday Igboho this amount of money, when they, in quotes, catch fraudsters, they quickly jail them. But when it comes to like Abba Kyari, they say, oh, we've done internal investigation. It cannot be extradited down to the US for further interrogation. All right, let's accept that. Okay, as a police officer, they will not send him over there. He has a lot of secret and they don't want that to be passed on to the United States. Now, let us say, okay, United States will not do that. They are not going to send to Nigeria anyone who is involved in any crime. They'll say, look, we will deal with it ourselves. Now, the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa, has been sentenced, but he decided to react. Now, do you understand? When someone is being sentenced, the person is reacting, means that the person is not yet in jail, is not in prison. He has reacted to his conviction by the Federal High Court in Abuja on Tuesday. Bawa was convicted for contempt of court. Presiding Judge Justice Chizoba Oji, in a ruling, held that the chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is in contempt of the orders of his Honorable Court made on November 21st, 2018, directing the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Abuja, to return to the applicant his Range Rover Supercharge and a sum of 40 million naira. We are talking of 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. We are talking of a lot of years that has passed. The court ruled. EFCC refused to listen to the ruling of the court. What are we talking about here? Are you talking of a nation? No, there is no nation. There is nothing working. You're all fooling yourselves. That's what it is. And every time you vote, you are simply renewing that your foolery, renewing that foolishness, that expired contraption. That's what you're simply doing. You might think that after Buhari, someone else will come in and the person will try to do whatever he wants to do, spoil, destroy, repair, whatever it is, line his own pocket. Someone else comes in there and starts all over again. You are going nowhere. That's it. Now, I understand that a lot of people are asking for total disintegration of Nigeria, which I've always said is a step towards progress. It is not the total solution, because you will have the likes of Bawa. You have, shady characters, terrible people who are part of the old Nigeria coming into your new nation, and they are ready to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And don't forget that they have connection, they have money. When your politics is going to start, you're not just going to find someone from the grassroots, one person that nobody knows. It is still the same people who have stolen money, have properties everywhere, looted and store the money abroad. Those are the people that will still come and they want to campaign. Politics requires money in our kind of system that we are running. Is it not the same that will be repeated? He who has more money will do more. Is it? Is it the same way that it is done in other climes? No. Because every money needs to be investigated. Now, the court ruled that EFCC should return 40 million and Range Rover to the applicant, the person that they brought and said, look, this person is a criminal. Having looked into it, they said, no, this is not a criminal. This person has not done this. You have to return this to this person. They refused. The same way they've been flaunting court ruling. Where is the money that is supposed to be paid to Sunday Igboho? Where is it? Nowhere to be found. Now, the court said, having continued willfully in disobedience to the order of the court, of this court, he should be committed to prison at Kuje Correctional Center for his disobedience and continued disobedience of the said order of court made on November 21st, 2018 until he purges himself of the contempt. Bawa, who appeared before the House of Rep Committee on Anti-Corruption to defend his agency's budget on Tuesday, said the law will take its natural course. Well, we have appealed against it, so we will allow the natural course of the law to take its effect. Is he supposed to be speaking where he's speaking from, or he's supposed to be in prison talking from there? Nigeria is a country where they first catch you, kidnap you, and lock you up. Then they start building a case on. It is very easy for them. They said that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, received with shock report of the ruling by Justice Chizoba Oji of a High Court of the Federal Capital Territory. They said with a shock. Can Nnamdi Kanu say so? They will say no, Nnamdi Kanu is not representing Nigeria in any form. He's not member of any agency. They said that their boss committed a crime and is not in prison. How is this possible? Well, they went on saying this. This ruling is surprising as it creates a wrong impression of the person of the executive chairman of the EFCC as encouraging impunity. As far as the relationship between the EFCC and the judiciary is concerned, the executive chairman, Abdulrasheed Bawah, has been an apostle of rule of law, due process, and close collaboration between the two institutions in justice administration. As an investigator and the only chief executive of a law enforcement agency who regularly goes to court, the executive chairman will not tolerate impunity or disregard any lawful orders of the court. Abdulrasheed Bawah, in his capacity as executive chairman of the EFCC since March 5th, 2022, did not disregard any order of court. For the benefit of the public, the said order of the FCT High Court was given on November 21st, 2018, 3 years before Abdulrasheed became EFCC chairman. This fact is germane as the contempt process is quasi-criminal in nature and must be served on the person involved. In this case, Bawah, as incumbent chairman of the EFCC, was either served from 48 nor from 49. Now, we know that Magu, the acting chairman, who was also embroiled in crime, criminal activities, thief, catching thief. It's just that one thief eyes under the law to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And when he was held, he quickly said, no, even your attorney general, your Malami, is involved in the crime, also like me. But Malami is up in the ladder of crime than him. Malami has the left ear of Buhari and the criminal cabals that he has to share the loot to. They have to share it around themselves. So Magu became the stake, the goat that they decided to, just throw out there. So they went on saying, despite this fact, the executive chairman, upon being aware of the said order of November 21st, 2018, had released the Range Rover in question to the applicants on the 27th of June, 2022, and has approved the process of the release of the remaining 40 million. Taking into cognizance the procedural lapse in the contempt proceeding, the commission has initiated a process to set aside the entire contempt proceeding and committal of the executive chairman for contempt. Despite the discomfort of this ruling, which is seemingly promoted by misinformation, the commission remains committed to working closely with the judiciary in furtherance of the fight against economic and financial crimes commission and blah, blah, blah. Whatever they are not fighting any crime. These are criminals themselves. Now, let us say maybe there is a lacuna or there is misinformation or somehow the court didn't know that money has been paid and Range Rover has been given. Let us assume it is so. But I'm thinking, from what I'm seeing, that it is only on paper that they release 40 million and Range Rover. The person in question has not released, has not received any of this. Mr. Bawah is supposed to be in prison while appealing the conviction. You are not above the law. That's it. It's as simple as that. So people have lost trust in this government anyway. They say the law is no respecter. If it were in a Senate client, this man should be in chains. He should be locked up, like how they easily lock people up. They say that the judiciary is also corrupt, and they cannot trust the judiciary themselves. They cannot trust the enforcement agency. Neither can they trust the executive. None of them can be trusted. Everyone have lost interest. If you just see the comments out there, they said that he is an agent of the system that appointed him, and the same system will help him further to disrespect the court ruling and order. But, you know, at least we still have some judges who, from what we are saying, can face certain criminals or dogs of criminals that have been put there as security agents. Why is the law not obeyed when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu and the rest of them? Why is this man speaking from two sides of his mouth? Why is he hiding somewhere? Of course, we know that it wasn't safe to him. It was not there at that time. But right now, as it stands, he is claiming, of course, the lawyer representing him is claiming that, oh, we've given the car, the Range Rover, the automobile, and the money. If you've done so, why is the court still saying that your agency has not yet responded, done the ruling since 2018? How many years does it take? But when it comes to you attacking, people on the streets, locking them up, you will do so. Do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so. The red notification icon is very important. Please do tap on it.